WWE has apologized to Goldberg. The Steam Pig is coming to WWE, and we have the latest sighting of Seth Rollins coming up in this news video right now. We all saw Saturday night's main event, didn't we, Sam? You're either on the side of Goldberg had the send-off that many before him wasn't afforded, or you're like, yes, it was a very good send-off, but that bit at the end where they cut his retirement speech off, that was a bit rubbish, that.
It's just Bret Hart in the truck, wasn't it? Just fade to black, fade to black. It was good that it was sort of, I guess, better that it happened in this day and age, and it didn't have, like, you know, the graphic coming up as it was ending and they were fading him down with, like, up next, a new exciting episode of 24, as he's doing like an emotional goodbye to the crowd. Yeah. But it still sucked. It was funny. I'm not going to lie. It was hilarious, but it sucked.
Bill deserved not better, but, you know, just the little
deserved
bit.
At least, yeah, come
it's
on.
Just the way they went for a 4-minute commercial, then the retirement speech.
That was
the rest of it was fantastic.
They went to an advert and then speech and then bye.
Anyway, we've had Goldberg speaking to Ariel Helwani saying, I'm a little bit upset about this, but not upset about it really, but a little bit upset about this. And now we have the sort of WWE response to Goldberg after all of this has happened there, Sam.
So Sean Ross Sapp of Fightful Select saying, Goldberg, oh boy, I was told someone within the company apologized to Goldberg for the interview getting cut off. Those that I spoke to were adamant it wasn't intentional, like an intentional disrespect thing to cut him off. They weren't surprised at his reaction to it, and they think whenever the nature of his WWE deal is up, he's probably going to talk about it a lot more.
It's next week.
Yeah, I think given the nature of the conversations he's already been having about it, I think we're definitely getting another Goldberg retirement match in some form of company somewhere in the world. Because he's not happy.
He did say during that Ariel Helwani interview that he could speak more about this in a couple of weeks' time. I think the interview went live last week, so that would mean next week he can speak more about this. So I can't wait to find out all the backstage information dating from like November last year all the way through to the current day. I tell you what, the last bit was naff, but I tell you, the World Heavyweight Championship match, getting booked in like your hometown, basically, of Atlanta, he got a lot going for it.
He got a lot going for the send-off, and as you said, it's a lot more than a lot of people have been afforded over the years. It just, you know, that final fade away was maybe a bit much, but then again, you got a hard out. You should have timed your show better, and you would have avoided it.
Yes, right. Wrestle Dream, as Tony Khan likes to say. Wrestle Dream. The location has been revealed today. It's July the 21st, isn't it? All Elite Wrestling today have announced that the Chaifetz Arena, I hope I've got that one right, in St. Louis will host AEW Wrestle Dream on Saturday, October the 18th. The event will air live around the world on pay-per-view.
Tickets go on sale next Monday, July 28th at 10 a.m. Central Time via Ticketmaster and AEWTix.com. What's your Wrestle Dream for Wrestle Dream this year?
I don't know, just Maurice to say, hi Ross, how you doing?
He just looks directly down the lens, straight at you.
Yeah, I don't know, Sam, to be honest with you. They do anything, don't they?
Yeah, it's always just a massive like mega show, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like usually some form of interpromotionally stuff.
Well, Forbidden Doors around the corner.
Forbidden Doors right around the corner as well. So this is hopefully going to have a nice little knock-on effect toward Wrestle Dream.
And I should say, I know it's St. Louis. I'm just being all fancy and whatnot and failing dramatically in doing so. Saint Louis.
Saint Louis.
Oh, oui. Right then, over to NXT we go, because we said at the start of the video, the Steam Pig is coming to the WWE. This comes from a live event over the weekend that involved Ridge Holland. So Ridge Holland has not had a televised match in NXT since May, when he was part of the #1 contendership battle royal that was won by a Miles Bourne. However, it looks like the WWE or NXT, whoever's in charge, Shawn Michaels, Chef Michaels, cooking his soups and whatnot, they haven't lost hope on Ridge yet because they've given him a new moniker, and it is the Steam Pig.
He appeared at an NXT live event on Saturday evening, defeating Tate Wilder in singles action, but appeared wearing new gear with the Steam Pig logo and graphic all over it, complete with red, muscular hog in the middle of it, steam coming out of its traps. It's very, you've written here, it's very Super League. It is very Super League. It appears to be using the colours of the Bradford Bulls. Ridge never played for them, but he did grow up, I think, half an hour away from Bradford, so I'd imagine they were likely his childhood team.
Hey up, go on the Bulls, he probably said a couple of times.
Hell of a team.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, upon reading this news this morning and not being from the northwest of England and not knowing much about the Super League, Rugby League, for those who don't know, I was thinking about what this Steam Pig could mean.
He just likes a hog roast.
Yeah. The gym connotations are there with the muscular hog with the steam coming off its traps. But then I saw a definition, a part of a factory machinery that was outdated and not used on a machine anymore. The team were called Told Steam Pigs, and they were told they were useless at what they were doing, which I guess that shoe kind of fits as well with Rich Holland. Holland.
Yeah, I'd looked at some rugby forums that looked like they were from the year 1998, and it was really like it took me back to a simpler time on the internet. But there were two stories. One concerned, I think it was directly concerning Bradford Bulls, which the colour scheme matches, was that the team, there was a fair there, and there was this ride with steam pigs, and somebody jokingly called the team that because they were a bit slow. And then the other one was that apparently the scrums were so fierce and ferocious, it was like hogs going at each other, but they would steam because they were that ferocious
and that hot. And
hot and sweaty.
It's an interesting name. Obviously, if you're in the northwest of England and you're a fan of rugby league, it means a hell of a lot to you. Us two coming from Newcastle, which is just like over there in comparison, it meant nothing to me this morning.
We used to have Gateshead Thunder. So when I first got into rugby, we started going to Super League because Gateshead Thunder were in the Super League. So it was like a weird little pocket of people, and it was like very much Yorkshire culture, but we had a little outpost of it. It was like really interesting. So good for fights. Yeah. It was like hockey. You just go along and it'd be punch-ups. But I'm just thinking about people who aren't in the northwest of England hearing the steam pig for the first time, and your initial reaction to this whole connotation of the word steam pig in that order. It's going to be so interesting to see, first of all, if it makes TV. Are they going to make him oink? I mean, is he going to go looking for truffles?
I can't wait for the Bron Breakker feud. But it's made the live event. The gear is being made. You can see that there. Of course, sometimes these things don't translate to television. Yeah. But the legwork has been put in. So
he's also got ear tape on, so it's definitely rugby themed.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's stopping his cauliflower ears.
Yeah. Might be a bit late for that. He loves a little tackle, does Rich Holland. Anyway, we end this news video with the latest sighting of Seth Rollins. Yesterday on Instagram, Becky Lynch shared a big old dirty dump of Instagram stuff like people do. This is my dump, they say. Here we go. Here's several things to scroll through. You know I'm talking about kids, don't you? Anyway, this one from Becky Lynch was called the Intercontinental Summer, which had pictures from, she's got the promo shots of Happy Gilmore that she's in, and all sorts of stuff been doing around the summer. But it also includes a little heartwarming, well, I guess it's heartwarming the fact that he's going next to his daughter. And it's like, walking down the street and whatnot. But Seth Rollins, knee in brace and using crutches, which further goes to, I think we're all accepted now. It is a legitimate injury.
Yeah, he was at Evolution. He was spotted at Evolution backstage, right, with crutches as well. But there has been a lot coming out of it that it's like, hey, is this real? Is it shoot? Is it a work? And then Heyman is clouding things by going like, no, we've gone up a level. We're going to work the workers who work the workers.
Yeah,
but work the fans.
Crucially, it's only Heyman who's saying that. Yeah. So this is Heyman who also told us famously back in 2016 that Brock Lesnar might have done the streak ending as a shoot.
Oh, it was a shoot. It was definitely a shoot. I still believe that. But no, whether or not this is legitimate, I think seeing more and more imagery of Seth on crutches, it is legitimate. Hopefully he's able to bounce back quickly from it, because to come at the point of time when you're on a major storyline and it looked like for all the world to see everything was going to be sort of strapped to you and you're going to be sent to the moon, it's got to feel kind of annoying to be stuck in the middle of that now.
And it's a hell of an effort to go to wear the knee brace and hobble around on the crutches like he is, if it's not actually legit and they are just trying to further a story, which I don't think they are for the record. It's a legitimate injury.
Sandman pretended to be blind for like 3 weeks, didn't he?
And he didn't
leave the house. Like, he had people bringing him his groceries and stuff.
We're about to watch a documentary on Netflix where Triple H has literally got the booking room board on screen.
Nah.
This is what we do.
They'd never do that.
He goes over. He loses. It's going to be like that.
Did you notice that The Rock's big opening spiel on the Netflix debut episode isn't there?
Why?
So it's Triple H starts the show with the kickoff speech. There's no opening spiel from The Rock listed.
Why?
I don't know.
He's being kicked off the TKO board. No, it's not breaking news. Why? That's a bit strange, though.
Well, it feels like it might have been just a very last-minute addition where he stood there going, Stephen from accounting, what a guy. It was an odd one. But yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing how that's going to pan out as a show. I'm wondering how much of it is going to be very over-dramatized, but it is pro wrestling, so it would make sense for it to be very over-dramatized.
It would be an entertaining watch anyway. Yeah. Hopefully, you would think anyway, with Triple H, the central character, as he always should be.
Treble
anyway.
H.
I know.
Treble H.
I'm trying to be all fancy again. Treble H's. Anyway, thanks for watching. What's coming up tonight, Sam? Do you know?
We've got a list going out. It should be going out the usual time of 6:45 p.m. So keep it here. We'll also have plenty more news in the morning for you. So yeah.
He doesn't know what's coming up, but a video is. So keep
I'm getting it scheduled after this.
Thanks for watching. We'll see you soon.